Hey, how y'all doing out there? Back at you again with another video. Today I'd like to do a quick comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 9T and the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Now with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, it came out in 2019 and the Galaxy S9 Plus came out in 2018. So the Xiaomi is clearly the newer device. But does newer device mean better overall device? Not necessarily, but also keep in mind the Xiaomi Mi 9T is not a flagship device. It is more of a mid-tier device. The S9 Plus is definitely a flagship device by Samsung. It's usually their first phone to come out the beginning of every year. So definitely we're not comparing a flagship phone to another flagship phone. However, even with that, everybody don't care about having a flagship phone. Some people just they'll get a mid-tier phone and they're fine with it. It works. It does everything they want it to do. They don't need all the bells and whistles. So to each his own. It all comes down to personal preference. Like I always say, the things I like, you may not like. The things I might not like, you might like. So it just all comes down to personal preference. That's all it is. So this is just basic comparison. You can make a decision which one you think is better, which one you prefer to go with. It's just clearly up to you. But I like both, and I like making comparison between devices. Sometimes I'll like even a lesser phone than a flagship. It just depends. It depends on what you're looking for and what you need in a device. So that's going to vary depending on the person. So let's get started. We're going to start first with the price. Now the Xiaomi Mi 9T, you're going to find that phone for under $200. And I'm saying whether brand new or open box or refurbished or used. Now, if you start going to refurbish and use, you're probably going to pay even less. But brand new, you can get this phone for just under $300. So that's impressive. Now, as far as the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, brand new, you're looking a lot closer to $400. So the value on this phone is still pretty good. Now I have seen it as low as like maybe $220, but there's different variations of that. Now you got used, you got refurbished, you got open box. Okay, so and then you got brand new. So you got 4 different ways you can purchase it, and with those 3 different ways, you got 3 different levels of pricing. So if you want refurbished, you're gonna pay maybe around $250, a little over, which is still not bad. Or used, you might pay even less. And then of course open box is pretty much almost new. It's like they take it out of the box, they look at it, they don't like it, or they use it for one day and then they don't like it, they put it back in the box, send it back. So that's practically new. So it's going to be a little bit more, but it's still not going to be as much as completely brand new sealed in the box. So anytime you're dealing with brand new sealed in the box, you're going to pay a little bit more money. So for pricing, you're going to get cheaper price with the Xiaomi Mi 9T. That's just facts. And on eBay, you're going to get the best prices for both these devices. Now, Amazon also has them as well, but eBay, you're going to get, just lower prices. That's just my experience, okay? Now, I know everybody don't like dealing with eBay. More people feel more comfortable on Amazon. They give you longer to hold the device and then send it back, like 90 days as opposed to eBay's 30 days. But to each his own. It just depends. Now, I haven't had a bad experience with eBay, with getting a phone, sending it back, or anything like that. So it's up to you. All right. All right. So let's continue. Next thing. Now with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, you're dealing with a 6.39-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 1080 by 2340. It has a 403 pixel density. It does have HDR, and it's pretty much an all-screen display. And the reason why, because it has a pop-up camera. So there's no notch and there's no camera cutout on this device. It's all screen, okay? And also what impressed me about this device, especially being in its price range, the display gets very bright. Now, I'm serious. Now, I like all my phones on 100% brightness. That's just me. But this phone gets really bright. Now, it gets so bright. It's so impressive to me that it gets brighter than the S9 Plus. It really does. I'm not joking. Now, I can't really show you that because it'll be too much for the camera. But I'm telling you right now, I tested it. I couldn't believe it that this phone actually gets brighter than Samsung's panel. It just does. It gets really, really bright. And it's a great 1080p display. It's really, really good. Okay. Now, overall, do I still think the S9 Plus is a little bit better? Yeah, overall in quality, but brightness is definitely the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Both are great. Now, with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you're dealing here with a 6.2-inch Super AMOLED Quad HD display with a resolution of 1440 by 2960. This has a 529 pixel density. So, of course, you're going to get a better overall display. But brighter display has to go to the Xiaomi Mi 9T, no question about it. Now, also with the Galaxy S9 Plus, you're getting HDR10 compatibility. Now, with the Xiaomi, it's just HDR. But with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you got HDR10, okay? Now, also with the S9 Plus, you are dealing with some bezels. They're not big bezels. They're about medium-sized bezels at the top and the bottom. Not that big at all, okay? So there's going to be a difference as far as look. Now, with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, you're dealing with more of a futuristic type looking phone because it has no bezels. But with the S9 Plus, you can tell it's an older device. Now, the size of the bezels on the S9 Plus don't bother me in the least. Not at all. Okay? Because they're not humongous. So I don't have an issue with it. But if you're the type of person that you want a more futuristic type of looking phone, then you want to go with the Xiaomi Mi 9T. And also, I forgot to do this, and my apologies. This is the Xiaomi Mi 9T, and this is the Galaxy S9 Plus. All right? So let's continue. The Xiaomi Mi 9T has Gorilla Glass 5 with an aluminum frame. The Galaxy S9 Plus also has Gorilla Glass 5 with an aluminum frame. So when it comes to build quality, both of these phones have excellent build quality. I'm telling you, they both feel expensive. They both feel very premium. Now, they do look different. Now, with the S9 Plus, you're dealing with just a sleek black device. Now, with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, you're going to have a different looking phone on the back. Now, I just got to show you because it matters. And I know I showed it in my review, but let me show you again. See that? I love that. I love that design. Now, if you want to show that off, you want to put a clear case on it. But, you know, the S9 Plus, as far as design, the way the back looks, this is the best looking phone as far as design and the way the back looks. This is just straight black. There's nothing special about the design of the back of that phone. So I just wanted to show you that. And this phone is actually a little thicker than the S9 Plus as well. Now, if you want me to show you the display really quick, I'll show it to you. Oh, I forgot. I got to turn it down. All right. Now, see? No bezels at all. None. So, if that's what you want, then you want this device. Might as well show you this while we're going at it. Let me turn the brightness down. Like I said, I max everything. See, you got a thin bezel at the top and a thin bezel at the bottom. Not a big deal because overall, the display itself is just absolutely gorgeous. So that's a really small bezel. Not a big deal at all. All right? Okay. Next thing. The Xiaomi Mi 9T has an always-on display. And the Galaxy S9 Plus has an always-on display. Now, which one is better? There's no doubt, hands down, is the Galaxy S9 Plus. It gets brighter, it's bigger, it's more function, it has more functionality to it, and it's very customizable. You're not getting a whole lot of customization with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, and you're definitely not getting any type of function where you can control your media, where you can get your events for the day, you can get the day. You know, you could just do way more with the Galaxy S9 Plus. Now, I'll let you take a look at them real quick. Hopefully, they don't activate. Well, okay, I'll have to wait till it go back out. No, I'll just hit the power button. Sorry. Now, see it? Now, that's cool. I like it. And you can see your notification right here. Now, I like the look of this. This is cool. Now, it doesn't move around. Now, where it's at, that's where it stays. Okay? With Samsung, let me turn it off. This is what you got. You got a bigger, brighter, always on display. Now I can change this to so many different things. You got your notifications there at the bottom. You got the date, you got the day, your battery percentage, and you could just do way more with this always on display than you can with the Xiaomi Mi 9T. So as far as always on display is concerned, Samsung beats the Xiaomi Mi 9T easily. Now, if you're the type of person where that doesn't matter, that's fine. You know, you like what you like. Like, everybody don't like the same things. But in my opinion, and based on my experience, Samsung makes the best always on displays in the business. And then after them, LG. Now, I do like the fact that Xiaomi at least has it. Because think about this. This phone, you can get it for just under $300. And you have the OnePlus now that's charging $1,000 for their phone. Still no always on display. Okay? And same thing with Apple. $1,100, $1,200 device, still no always on display. And it doesn't make any sense to me. It's not that hard to implement that. You could give people the option whether to use it or don't use it. Now, I be seeing a lot of people in these reviews reviewing these phones that have always on displays that can stay on all the time. And they would rather not have it on. They'd rather double tap to see the fingerprint sensor. Now, that's just not me. I want my always on. I don't see the point in having it if you're not going to use it. Now, some people would rather use it at night. So, you know, as a dock, so they'll put it on their always on. They'll put it on their wireless charger. And then, you know, in the middle of the night, they wake up, they look over, they can see the time. So it just depends on the person. Now, me, I like it on all the time. And, you know, especially like when I'm using my Note 10 Plus, I could see the fingerprint sensor all the time. So I don't have to double tap anything. All I got to do is put my finger down on the fingerprint sensor and it opens up the phone. So I prefer an always on display, especially when I can see the fingerprint sensor. Now on this phone, you can't do that. You know, now once you pick it up and it has the raised awake, you'll see the fingerprint sensor, then you could push it. But with the not this one particularly, because it doesn't have a in-display fingerprint sensor, but with my Note 10 Plus, you could always see the fingerprint sensor. Just press it and it'll pop right open. Okay, so the always on display, definitely I like it better on the Galaxy S9 Plus. All right, next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has Android 10. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus also has Android 10. Only difference with this, I believe without a doubt, that the Xiaomi is going to get one more update to Android 11. Unfortunately, with the S9 Plus, Android 10 is the last time they're going to update this phone. Unless Samsung change their policy and start updating their phones for 3 years as opposed to 2. Because when this phone first came out, it had Android 8. So according to Samsung, you only get the 2 years. So you get Android 9 and Android 10. That's it. So with this one, you're going to get another update. Because when this dropped, it had Android 9. Okay? All right. If that matters to you, that doesn't matter to everybody. All right. So you're still going to get security updates on both devices, even though one is going to get one more update, but you're going to continue to get security updates on both phones. Okay? Next thing, Xiaomi Mi 9T Snapdragon 730 processor with an octa-core processor and a 618 GPU. And you got the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus with the Snapdragon 845 with an octa-core processor with the 630 GPU. So the better processor and GPU is going to be the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, no question about it. Now, are both sufficiently fast and smooth? Absolutely. Now, this is a lesser processor, but that doesn't mean that it's slow and laggy or anything. It's not. Okay? It's just not a flagship processor. But just because a processor is mid-tier doesn't mean it can't even compete with the big ones, because it can. So both are adequately fast and smooth. So I'm not going to say even. The Galaxy S9 Plus is a little bit faster and better to me, but this one is right on its heels, even though it has a mid-tier processor in it. So don't get always caught up in numbers, because numbers don't mean everything. It's all about actual real-world performance. Okay? Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has 128 gigs of internal memory. The Galaxy S9 Plus has 64 gigs of internal memory. Now, that's just this variant. They do offer a 128 gig variant and also a 256 gig variant of the S9 Plus, but this particular one is only 64 gigs. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has 6 gigs of RAM. The Galaxy S9 Plus also has 6 gigs of RAM. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has one down-firing speaker, and it sounds loud and has really good stereo quality. However, the Galaxy S9 Plus has dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos surround sound that's tuned by AKG. And they're loud and the sound quality is excellent. So as far as speaker quality, of course, it's going to be the S9 Plus, no question about it. However, with this one down-firing speaker, it does get adequately loud and it does have really good stereo sound. So if you decide to go with this one, you're definitely going to have a really good, you're going to enjoy the sound, even though it's just one speaker, but it's going to be adequately loud enough for you to enjoy the loudness of it plus the quality of it. Okay? No doubt about it. Especially if you hold it and you cup your hand, it's going to be even louder. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T, no expandable memory. The Galaxy S9 Plus, definitely expandable memory. Now, for me, that is a serious big deal because I need expandable memory. I've said in all the videos I've done on these phones, I need expandable memory because I shoot a lot of video, a lot of photos. I download a lot of videos, a lot of music, so I need the expandable memory. And what's good about the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, it expands all the way up to 500 gigabytes of expandable memory. I love that. Okay, that's a win for me. So unfortunately, Xiaomi doesn't have expandable memory. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has a 3.5mm headphone jack, and also the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus also has a headphone jack, a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, the difference with this, with Samsung's, you got the headphone jack at the bottom. That's where I prefer the headphone jack to be. And with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, the headphone jack is on the top. Okay. Now, with both, you're going to get excellent sound quality through your headphones. With this one, you're going to get really good quality because you have an equalizer and you have an enhancer where you can enhance the sound with the headphones. And it does sound really good. Don't get me wrong. However, the Samsung, in my opinion, the 32-bit DAC they put in here and all the options that you have to set up the sound the way you want it, like so many different options to give you the sound that you want. Samsung, to me, the S9 Plus sounds better when I plug in a set of wired headphones. They just do. But you're not going to be disappointed with the quality of sound with the Xiaomi Mi 9T. So that's a win-win. Both have a headphone jack, and I prefer devices with headphone jacks. Next thing, Xiaomi Mi 9T, no headphones in the box, which I always frown on that with any device because, like I said, I've had $200 devices and even devices that were less than $200 with headphones. So there's no excuse for nobody putting headphones in with the phone. It's just not, unless the phone is $50, okay? Of course, with the Galaxy S9 Plus, you're getting AKG tuned stereo headphones, and they're very good and sound excellent. So that's a plus for the Galaxy S9 Plus. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has NFC. Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus also has NFC. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has Bluetooth 5.0. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus also has Bluetooth 5.0. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has Face Unlock, but it's different. It has a pop-up selfie camera. And with the Galaxy S9 Plus, it also has Face Unlock, but no pop-up selfie camera. The camera is underneath the bezel. So it's a sensor underneath that thin bezel at the top. Which one is faster? No question, hands down, the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Because with this, you got the pop-up, but when you when you want to activate it, you got to double tap or either use the power button, and you have to swipe up to get it to come up. And it comes up and goes down pretty slow. Now, it's 100% accurate. Like it's never not missed reading my face, but it's really slow. And the fact that you have to swipe up just to activate it makes it even slower, because I don't like making those extra steps. I like being able to lift the weight, it recognizes me, open up immediately, or I hit the power button and it recognizes my face and just go straight to my home page. I don't want to have to swipe up. So it's unfortunate that the Xiaomi does that. So I just didn't use it. I'd rather use the fingerprint sensor built into the display, because as soon as you raise the phone, because I have the raise the wake gesture on there, it'll let me see my fingerprint sensor, and I just put my finger on that and be done with it. I don't want to have to swipe up and then have to wait a second or two for the pop-up camera to recognize my face and then go back down. No. So face unlock on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus is superior to the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Next thing, Xiaomi Mi 9T has FM radio. The Galaxy S9 Plus also has FM radio. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T, no wireless charging, which is unfortunate because it has a glass back. But the Galaxy S9 Plus does have not only wireless charging, but fast wireless charging. So that's a plus for the S9 Plus. No pun intended. No pun intended. Next thing, Xiaomi Mi 9T, no IP68 water and dust resistance. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus definitely has IP68 water and dust resistance, so you have that peace of mind. You drop your phone in the sink, the toilet, the bathtub, you ain't got to worry about it being damaged by water. You're not going to get that on the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has a 4,000 milliamp battery with 18 watt fast charging. This phone has great battery life. You're going to easily get through a day, but you can get a day and a half up to 2 days depending on how you use this device. So I've gotten 2 days out of it. I've gotten a day and a half. Probably a day and a half is probably the average time I've gotten on this phone. So the battery life on this phone is excellent. It also has excellent standby time. With the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, it'll get you through a full day, no problem, but you're not getting a day and a half and definitely not 2 days. You're just not. Now, if you're using the phone very light, you probably get a day and a half. But this phone drains battery whether you use the phone or not. That's the only thing that has always hurt Samsung when it comes to battery life. It's just not optimized the way these other phones are, like OnePlus, like Apple. You know, their phones are optimized, and LG, their phones are optimized so well. So if you don't use the phone, you're not going to use the battery or barely use it, okay? So battery life is going to go to the Xiaomi Mi 9T. But with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you're definitely going to get through a full day easily, no problem, even if you use it heavy. And I'm sorry, with the S9 Plus, you have a 3,500 milliamp battery with 15 watt fast charger. So even this battery is definitely smaller. So that's going to be an edge for this, but it's not always numbers, because I did a review with the OnePlus and it has a 3,300 milliamp battery and I got 2 days. So it's not always the size of the battery. It's the way it's optimized. Okay. Also, you're getting 18 watt fast charging, and on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you're getting 15 watt. So you're getting a better overall battery life on the Xiaomi Mi 9T, and you're getting faster charging speeds with the Xiaomi Mi 9T. All right. Next, the Xiaomi Mi 9T mobile payments. You're dealing with Google Pay. Google Pay is not accepted everywhere, unfortunately. But with the Galaxy S9 Plus, you got Samsung Pay. Samsung Pay is accepted everywhere. So if that matters to you and that's a big deal, go with the S9 Plus, no question, when it comes to mobile payments. Next thing, Xiaomi Mi 9T, no iris sensor. The Galaxy S9 Plus, definitely an iris sensor. Open up your eyes, open up your phone with your irises, and also you can use it for Samsung Pay. That's how secure it is. So you have that extra layer of security. For me, that matters. So I would definitely go with the S9 Plus when it comes to that. I love that extra layer of security. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T, no heart rate monitor. The Galaxy S9 Plus does have a heart rate monitor on the rear. Now, most of you are probably going to say, who cares about a heart rate monitor? I understand. I get it. I actually care because I actually use it. So if it's something that's on the phone that you don't use, of course you'd be like, I could care less whether I have it or not because you don't utilize it. But as far as for me, I utilize it. I used it, so it mattered to me. So I would prefer the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus because it did have the heart rate monitor. Okay. Next thing, Xiaomi Mi 9T, no Samsung DeX. Of course, with the Galaxy S9 Plus, you definitely have Samsung DeX because it's a Samsung phone. So you hook this phone up and you can use it as a desktop computer. So that's a big plus, you know, if you want to use that, if you want that option. Everybody don't care about that. I haven't even used Samsung DeX yet, but it's nice to know if I want to use it, I have that option to use it. Xiaomi Mi 9T does not have that. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has screen recording. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus also has screen recording. Next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T has an in-display fingerprint sensor, so that's going to be a little more futuristic as opposed to the S9 Plus that has a rear fingerprint sensor. Now, this is going to come down to personal preference too, because there are people that don't like the in-display fingerprint sensor. Some people don't care for it. They will prefer a fingerprint sensor on the back and it actually be a real fingerprint sensor where they actually push their finger down on and feel it. Okay, it just going to depends on the person. Okay, now if you want old school, you want the S9 Plus because it has an actual physical fingerprint sensor on the back of the device. And it's super fast and accurate. No issues with the fingerprint sensor on the S9 Plus. None whatsoever. Instantaneous. You press it, the phone's popping open. With the in-display fingerprint sensor on the Xiaomi Mi 9T, it works, but it's not the fastest. Like OnePlus blows us away. Even my Note 10 is faster. But this is not horrible. And it does have it. Remember, you're not paying $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 for this phone. You're paying under $300, and you're getting an in-display fingerprint sensor. So it's just going to come down to you, and if you want something like that. So with this, you're looking at a phone that has no notch, no cutouts, and you're getting an in-display fingerprint sensor, and you're getting a pop-up selfie camera. So you're getting a definitely more futuristic phone, in this phone with some features. All right, but the fingerprint sensor on this phone is much, much faster. All right, next thing. Xiaomi Mi 9T, no edge panels. Of course, they don't have them. But with the Galaxy S9 Plus, you do have the edge panels. Now, let me show you what I mean real quick. Open this up. What I mean by edge panels, these right here. See? I like these. Now, this is not a gimmick. I actually use these. So it's not a gimmick. Okay. Now, for people that don't even utilize these, of course, you could care less. But I actually use them. Now, the Mi 9T does have something. Show you. They have the quick ball. If I could find it. Wait a minute. Where is it? Okay. I could have not activated it because I can't see it. I had it on the side here. Oh, there it is. There it is. See it right there? So you got your back button. You got your screenshot. I forgot what this button is. You got your menu and you got your recently used apps. So that's cool. You just tap that when you want it. You know, if you want to, now it's not edge panels, but it's cool. It's something, you know, it's a feature that's there if you want to use it. But it's definitely not edge panels. Not in the least. All right, next thing. Xiaomi Mi 9T. No edge lighting. The Galaxy S9 Plus, you definitely get edge lighting. When you get a notification, all the borders around the phone will light up whatever color you want. You could change the color. You could change the effects. You know, that's cool. I like that. Some people may say, oh, that's gimmick. Who cares? I care. I like it. So I like the fact that it has it. Xiaomi next. Xiaomi Mi 9T uses the Mi UI. I don't care for it. I didn't like it, so I installed Nova Launcher. But you might like it. So it depends on the person. With the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you got the One UI, which I absolutely love. It's packed with features, and also it has, they made it, you know, one-handed useful, where you could use it a lot better with one hand, how it brings everything down where you could get to it. So definitely, I love the One UI on the Galaxy S9 Plus over the Mi UI, no question. And basically a lot because I love the features. I love the features on it. All right, next thing. Xiaomi Mi 9T, no notification LED light. With the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you're definitely going to get an LED notification light. When your screen is off, you're going to see a green button or a light flashing at the top of the display. Some people love that. Not a big deal for me because I have the always on display. So with the always on display, I don't need an LED notification light. I just don't. So I don't know why people made it such a big deal when Samsung got rid of that. Like, you got an always on display. Now, if it's people that don't want to use the always on display because they feel like it drains battery and they would prefer to have the LED to let them know when they get a notification, all right, then I understand that. But with the always on display, you don't need an LED notification light because you're going to always see what your notifications are. Okay, so that's just me. All right, next thing, the Xiaomi Mi 9T does not have secure folders. However, it does have second space. What that means, basically, you basically have two phones inside of one phone. And let me see if I can get it to work right so I can show you what I mean. So y'all, you see this display, you see the way it looks, right? All right, so I'm gonna hit the power button. Then I'm gonna use this finger. Now it's telling me to put in my thing. I don't know why. Let me put it in. All right, so let me try this again. So I'm gonna use my other finger. See, I don't know why it keeps doing this. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's supposed to come right on. I don't know why it keeps taking me to the screen. I don't get it. Because it did this the other day when I was trying to do my review for this. Hold on a second, y'all. If I can't get it to work, then so be it. I'm using a password, so I should be able to use my fingerprint. Tap above. All right, tell me I had to use my face unlock. Let me try this again, y'all. Enter password to tap to use the face unlock. Like, forget it, y'all. This thing is getting on my nerves because it keeps telling me that I got to use a password. But usually what happens, you turn the screen off, you use your opposite finger, whatever finger you choose, it'll take you to a whole different home page. Okay, if you want to check that out, look at my review for this phone, then you'll see that. But I don't know why. I don't know why it's behaving like this. So I don't know. Maybe there's just some issues with it. So you have the second space. So basically, it's like having two different phones. Now with Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you have the secure folder. You got your secure folder right here. You press on that. Then you have to use a password. Then after you open up with your password, you can use your fingerprint sensor or you can use your iris sensor to open it up. And in there, you could put photos. You could put files, real pertinent information you could put inside secure folders. You can also hide apps in there and nobody will have access to it but you. So I like that. That's cool. And also, if you take pictures while you have the secure folder open, all those pictures and photos and videos are automatically stored inside your secure folder. You don't have to transfer it over to secure folder. It's already in there if you want to do that. So I prefer the secure folder. Now, I know some people would rather to do the second space, but not really me. That's just me. Because I don't have a need for that. I just don't. If I don't want something to be seen, I just use my secure folder. All right. And I'm down to the last thing we're going to talk about with the comparison between these two devices is the cameras. So with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, you got 3 cameras on the rear. You got a 48 megapixel wide, an 8 megapixel telephoto with 2x optical zoom, and you got a 13 megapixel ultra wide and a 20 megapixel pop-up selfie camera wide. Now I'm gonna tell you, I did shoot some photos. I didn't shoot a ton because what's going on is just making it difficult to get as many shots as you want. But it does take really, really good pictures. I mean, I was really impressed. I wasn't expecting to get these kind of photos from this device, especially at the price point. But I was very impressed with the photo quality of the Xiaomi Mi 9T. You can look at my Xiaomi Mi 9T review and you'll see those photos at the very end of the review. This thing takes really good photos. I was very impressed. Okay. And the pop-up selfie camera is not bad. It's not bad. Now, I didn't put one in my review, unfortunately, but it just overall, this phone takes really good photos. Now, the video quality, not so great. It was no optical image stabilization on it. It was a little blurry. It was the issue with the focusing, but the photos are great. They just are. All right. In my opinion. Now, my only issues, no 4K recording on the selfie camera, no 1080p at 60 frames per second. So that was my only issue with the cameras, honestly. Other than that, I was very impressed. All right, with the Galaxy S, and it also has, some good shooting modes and slow motion, super slow motion, night mode, pro mode, portrait mode. So you did get some modes, but you're going to get tons and tons of modes and features on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus over this, just without question. but you're going to love the photo quality of this device. I know I did. All right, real quickly, the Galaxy S9 Plus camera. Now, this phone only has 2 cameras. This is before everybody started going crazy with 3, 5, 6, 8 cameras. Just 2 cameras. You have one 12 megapixel wide and one 12 megapixel telephoto with optical image stabilization with 2 times optical zoom. And you have an 8 megapixel wide, 8 megapixel wide selfie camera on the front. Now, this phone also takes great photos, okay? In my opinion, really good photos. Now, I haven't compared the two. Maybe I will do a comparison. I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll get back. If I do, I'll definitely upload it. But both take excellent photos, and the S9 Plus definitely takes great photos. My only issue with the camera, now even the video quality is excellent on the S9 Plus. My only issue, no Quad HD at 60 frames per second on the rear cameras, no 4K recording, and no Full HD at 60 frames or Quad HD recording at 60 frames on the front camera. It does take great photos and great videos and has a lot more modes and features. So that was my comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 9T and the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Can't go wrong with both phones. It's going to come down to personal preference, which one that you think is best and which one is right for you. Now, as far as pricing, you're going to get better pricing on the Xiaomi Mi 9T. If money is an issue and you're on a budget, I would say go with this phone. You're not going to be disappointed. But if it's not an issue with funds and you say you don't need it brand new, you could do it refurbished or you could get it open box. You can still get it for a great price for this phone, just maybe a little over $300 or just under $300, depending on, who you get it from and the condition of the phone. You got to read all the description when you're searching for a phone. Read the description, get details, contact the seller, and get as much information as you can about the phone before you decide to purchase it. Okay, you don't want any scratches on it. You don't want no dents. You don't want none of that. You just want it to look almost pristine. Some people, you may want it in the original box with all its original accessories. That's how I roll. I want my phone with the original box and all the original accessories. That's what I want. I don't want they just throw it in a box with some plastic bubble on it, throw any old type of charger in it and send it to you. No, I don't roll like that because I'm spending my hard-earned money. I want it the way I want it. So, but everybody's not like me. So to each his own. But this is a flagship phone. Excuse me. And it's packed with features. And remember, you're getting expandable memory. You're getting fast wireless charging. Okay? Expandable memory, fast wireless charge, IP68 water and dust resistant dual stereo speakers, a Quad HD display. Okay? You gotta think about that. Those things, you're not getting that with this phone here. You're just not. You're gonna get better audio with the dual speakers and with the headphone jack with this phone. But it's going to come down to you and personal preference. It really is. And like I said, both build quality is excellent. Both take great photos. So, there's some similarities, but if you're looking for a phone that's feature packed and you have a lot of options and things you want to do with it, you want to go with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. But if you don't care about all that, I would say go with the Xiaomi Mi 9T. So that was my comparison between the two. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this content. Thank you to all my subscribers. Hope you guys out there keep as safe as possible. And you and your families are in my prayers. God bless, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.